Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now if you are new here, what we're doing in this series is we're transforming my BMW. So this episode is sort of like a follow-up to the last one where I'm fixing the things that need fixing with the car and basically making sure there's no issues with it. And the reason I'm doing that is because on my 5th episode, I want to be stage 1 in the car. So I want to prepare the car basically and make sure there's no mechanical issues, no sort of just little things here and there that are bugging me, so I can finally start doing things like the stage 1. So in this episode what we're going to be doing is the alternator belt. So as you can see, the alternator belt was actually snapped. It went while I was filming, so I had to fit the new one just to get the car where I can carry on recording. But yeah, I've still left the fix in the video. And after that little surprise, we've also got the cabin filter to sort and the screen wash pump. So yeah, back to the video. But yeah guys, if you want to be a part of the journey, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and let's get under the bonnet. So that's the new belt in the car right there. Obviously, I had to change it to get the car to a place where I can actually show how to do it. But I'm going to be taking that belt out and basically just putting it back in. But that is the new belt. I'm just showing how it's done. And it is quite simple. All we need is a flathead screwdriver and a 16mm socket. So the first thing we're going to have to do is undo this Jubilee clip here. That's going to let us pull this part out and take this airbox out, and that's going to give us more access to the belt that's over there. Now there are a few of these clips that we just need to lift off of here, and they'll help us take this airbox out. But before we do that, we need to take the MAF or mass airflow sensor out. So all you do is just push that little notch in and it should just pull out. I'm going to put that right there for the time being. So now we've got all this room to work with, obviously, and that's the belt, and that's where our 16mm socket will go. That's the tensioner. So we'll have to put the socket on there and then pull up, and that should loosen the tension on this belt here. Then we can take it out. And then the belt should just slide off, and then you can release the tension. So here's the belt, it's out. We're going to pretend like this is the old belt and I'm putting the new belt back in. But yeah, now we're going to be putting it back in. And just quickly, what you might want to check is if the pulleys spin freely, and there's nothing on the pulleys obviously. So they look fine to me. Obviously I've already checked mine beforehand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the belt around all the pulleys apart from the last one. Then on the last one, I'm going to release the tension on the belt, and then it should help me put the belt on that one. Pull up to release the tension and put it on that last pulley on the right side there. And that's it, let go of the tension. And that's the new belt on. So the belt is back on now, and obviously that is going to stop the squealing. I'm not going to run it because obviously I ain't got the airbox on and I don't really want to run it with it off. But now we're just going to have to put the airbox back on and move on to the next thing. So all we do now is just shove this airbox back in, and it clips at 3 exact same spots. So So now that the airbox is in, all we have to do is put the MAF sensor back in. Just clip straight in there, and then just got to screw that Jubilee clip back in. And here's what the new belt sounds like. That's much better with no squeaking at all. So yeah, that's the belt done. Now we're going to move on to the cabin filter. So guys, I am filming about a week later from where I left off. Basically it started raining, and from what we know about the English weather, it's going to stop me making these videos so easily. But yeah guys, I do have the cabin filter here and the washer pump. So let's carry on with the cabin filter. And for the cabin filter, I've got to come right through to the passenger side, and it's going to be sitting under this interior trim bit there. So it has a 10mm bolt here and one on the other side. And it has started to rain again, so I've got my hood on. But for the interior bit, we need a 10mm socket and obviously something to put the socket in. Right, well, I ended up breaking that screwdriver, so I've got to find another ratchet now or something. So I've ended up getting a drill and a drill bit, so now hopefully that works. And that was much easier with the drill. Got the 2 bolts out. So now all we have to do is pull that little bit out. It's only held in by a few clips. And then we have to pull out this connector here. I'm pretty sure this is a cigarette lighter. And now we've got full access to well, everything we need down here. Now as I go under here, that is the compartment for the cabin filter, and it's held in by 3 torque screws. So we're gonna have to unscrew these and then take out this old filter and then put the new one in. Now we just unclip it by this little clip here, and there we go. So this over here guys, this is the old cabin filter, and you do just pull it out and just look at all that dirt that's coming out with it. This is probably why my aircon stinks. So here is the new air filter, and on the actual filter it does have airflow arrows, and we want them arrows to be pointing towards the front of the car, because I'm guessing that's the way the airflow goes in this car. I've searched it up to be fair, but yeah. And that's the new cabin filter in. Then we just pop this back on. Now we just need to screw it in. And there we go guys, that's the cabin filter done, so hopefully we should have no more bad smelling aircon. To be fair, I wouldn't be able to tell right now, but yeah. So yeah guys, this now leaves us with one more thing to do for this video, which is the screen wash pump. So let's get right into it. So the reason I'm replacing the screen wash pump is because the front wash is clearly trying to spray, but nothing actually comes out. And I've tried cleaning the jets out, the reservoir's full, so yeah, as you can see, it really has to go. So the first thing we're going to have to do is lift the front right of the car up, so we're going to need a jack and a jack stand. Don't forget to loosen the wheel. Now we just take the wheel off. There we go guys, now we've got access to all this area here. That's where the reservoir is for the screen wash behind there. So we're going to need to take all this out, and then yeah, we've got access to that. So there we go guys, that's the arch out now. And there is the whole reservoir for the screen wash. So now we've got to get that out. So the reservoir is actually only held in by one screw, which is just behind this cover here. That's the screw there. And then we'll have to work from the top, open the bonnet and then take the whole thing out. So now we're under the bonnet. I'm going to get rid of this little bit of rubber, that plastic, and that should give us easy access to this part here, which is the filling cap. So what we've got to do now is just unscrew this little cap and then obviously take the holes out, and that'll free the reservoir so we can take it out. And now that we free that cap, this reservoir should just pull straight out. And that's it there guys, so we've got our rear screen wash pump, front screen wash pump, and that's the sensor that tells us that the level's low. So I'm going to take out the wiring harness, take the little bits out, and then clean it through a bit as well and change the pump. So here we are guys with the reservoir out. This is the front screen wash pump. So we just need to unclip the electric and then take it off the hose. And here is our new screen wash pump. So we just plug it into the electric and plug it in to the hose, and then we test if it works. And that's it guys, so it does work. So now we just put it all back together. And yeah guys, don't forget to give this a good clean with hot water as well, especially these bits here because they carry all the gunk that blocks the screen wash coming up. So I'll take them out, clean it out with hot water, and pop them back in. And there we go guys, we've got the whole cabling in. I can promise you that clip you just seen there was not my first attempt putting this back. It was bloody difficult. But yeah, it's now time to pop it all back in. And yeah guys, that's the cover back in. Now all we have to do is put the wheel, and it is getting quite dark, so I'm just going to do that quickly. And that's it. So yeah guys, I have ended up filming this episode on 3 separate days because it got quite dark yesterday. But yeah guys, the belt is fixed, the jets are fixed, and the cabin filter's new. So this is the last little episode of me fixing up everything, and then in the next episode is going to be my stage 1 remap, so stay tuned for that. But yeah guys, if you want to be a part of the journey, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.